in fact, listen to, because it's my audiobook at the moment. And the book I'm reading is The Art of Impossible by Stephen Kotler. And quite interesting little section, which I use with all my clients, is making sure we are prioritizing a number of key factors such as our sleep, our recovery. We are focusing on our gratitude, mindfulness, and most importantly, exercise. What a lot of people do is they start to glorify the grind and, working all these hours. And I'm guilty of this myself in the fact that, working 72 hours in the studio, back to back with clients, and not making time for me and not focusing on things like my exercise, my recovery, my sleep. So, for example, I used to finish with a client at 9 p.m. and then I'd go home and then I'd eat, sleep, back up again at 4:30 to get to the studio for 6, not getting enough sleep, 5 days a week doing that. And then on the 6th day, just about managing to get through it and then recovering. And that cycle starts to really chip away at your energy levels and you become much less productive. So it's important to remember that, first of all, sleep is absolutely paramount to making sure that you are in tip-top condition, so you're recovering well, all your cognitive processes are better, your hormones are more balanced, so your leptin and ghrelin aren't out of sync, so you're not more hungry throughout the day, you're not making more poor choices. All these little things, massive factors. Also, when we sleep, we can have our sort of eureka moments. So sometimes you might wake up in the night and you're like, oh yeah, I've thought about this, and you write it down. Sleep is so important for repairing the body and making sure that you are able to recover and then make sure that your mindset is on point. Also, practicing gratitude. So a great thing to do is have something like a gratitude journal. So write down the things, and we do this with our clients at the end of each week. So we write down our wins for the week, and then we can focus on our progressions for the coming week. So you could do this on a daily process as well. So, for example, a good way of doing this is you could have a little note on your mirror, for example, in your bathroom in the morning. Write 3 things you are grateful for. And then every morning when you get up, you see those things, and then you understand sort of how to feed these positive habits into your sort of morning routine. These things that you're grateful for, they start to lead to positive self-images. Yeah, and then just focusing more on mindfulness. So, for example, are you doing things like meditation? Do you do things like yoga? Do you take time to focus and breathe? So, for example, for me, in the morning, I will always make sure I've always said this before, have my cold shower. I think it's great. It sets you up for the day. And then while I'm driving to work, for example, or when I'm having my breakfast, I'll just try and focus on my breathing, just deep breaths in and deep breaths out. Really try and make sure I'm sort of in a good state of mind. And you can even use this on your iWatch now. You can use that Breathe app. I find I like to take deeper breaths than the app, but that's another good way of doing that, and you can set that for a certain amount of time. And then last but not least, the most important thing, exercise. It's one of the things that people ditch when they are glorifying the grind. So they're just trying to get as much work done as they can, and they're trying to get to the top of the ladder. So if they're a busy business person, you're not looking after yourself, so you're not exercising, you're not practicing this mindfulness and being grateful for what you've got, and and you're sacrificing your sleep each day to get more working hours in and stuff like that. And as soon as you start to sacrifice these things, this is when you will burn out and you will ultimately not reach your peak performance, which is what's discussed in the book. And it's all about incorporating all these things into your routine. If you want to become the best version of you, and if you want to be more successful, whether that's in fitness or in your own business, then you've got to make sure you are incorporating these 4 pillars into your life. Otherwise, you will start to fall down. And you've got to try and fit exercise in to that routine on a consistent basis, whether that's walking, whether that's training outside, whether that's in the gym, whether that's lifting weights, whatever it is, you've got to do it. And you've got to find something that you can stick to and be consistent with within your schedule. And that's it. So yeah, it's a great book, learning lots of interesting things from it. Like I say, it's called The Art of the Impossible by Stephen Kotler, a peak performance primer. So yeah, it's really good. I would recommend giving it a listen or a read if you are reading. But I listen to it on the way to work. It's great because an hour here, hour back, 2 hours a day, absolutely prime time to be able to get some self-development in. And I absolutely love it. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Have a good one. Ciao.